Howdy do y'all, this is John, and today we are talking about Elemental, a new movie out in theaters right now. And then Elemental deals with this girl named Ember and this guy named Wade. The two are humanoid versions of two different elements, and they meet each other through crazy circumstances and, the typical romance love story happen. Okay, so to get things started, first and foremost, what I liked about the movie. I honestly thought the two voice actors playing the two main characters did pretty well. I liked these two as Ember and Wade. They were both fun and entertaining as these two characters. I also liked some of the world building aspects of the film. The idea of Element City and some of the backstories I thought were pretty well done, especially Bernie's backstory, the father of Ember. And of course, with this being Pixar, well, we already knew that the quality of the animation was going to be top notch. And it is with Elemental. The animation is top notch. Everything looks beautiful. Some of the character designs I thought were pretty good. And lastly, I did think that the romance element was well done up to a point, because you definitely feel that connection between these two. However, I would also like to point out that the metaphor in which this clearly is, while the message is good, I like it, how they chose to go about it doesn't make sense, because the relationship between Ember and Wade are clearly a metaphor for a interracial relationship. Problem is that you couldn't think of anything that made sense at all, because fire and water do not mix very well. Now, if this was a movie about cats per se, and you had a ginger and a tuxedo, that would make sense. But fire and water completely cancel each other out. And even though they try to explain how it could work, at the end of the day, it just doesn't make sense. So yeah, there's nothing wrong with the message they're saying. It's just that the route they took with the metaphor makes no sense. The narrative is also just filled with romance cliches, while the connection between Ember and Wade is there. Throughout the narrative takes the whole thing. It's just cliche after cliche after cliche, and they don't do anything at least new with these cliches. There's also a cop-out moment where something bad was supposed to happen, rather than going the extra foot or the extra mile and just let the bad thing happen. Instead, cop out and, happy ending, even though you could have still had a happy ending with this tragedy in it. Guys, in the end, Elemental, it's just not that well done. Animation's beautiful. I liked the actors in it, but at the end of the day, while the film has a good message in it, it just has a very confusing aspect of its metaphor, and the film's narrative is littered with cliches that have been used a million times in the exact same way. I'm gonna give Elemental a 4. Also, why is Hollywood still just preaching about how, interracial relationships are fine when half the people are in one? Well, that's all the time I have for today. Please hit the like button if you enjoyed this video. Please also subscribe if you're new to the channel. And as always, please remember, the Badetsky will return.